So why would a person want to buy a car in the business name instead of their own personal name? Well, because there are benefits, there are tax benefits, super big perks to buying a car in a business name as compared to your personal name. For example, if you buy a car in your personal name, you have to pay for that car and you have to pay for everything that comes with that car, and you don't get any write-offs. It's just, hey, I go out and purchase a car and I assume all of the expenses that come with it. But now if you purchase a car in your business name, then that means that the car becomes an asset of the business. And whenever you have something as an asset of the business, usually you can write off the expenses of the asset. So if you, as a small freight broker business owner, perhaps small business owner, want to know more about how you can go out and purchase a car in your business name and take advantage of some of the wonderful perks, some of the wonderful tax benefits that come with purchasing in the business name, keep watching. So before we jump into the material that we're going to cover today, I think it's important that you know something. Let's be very clear up front. I am not a tax professional. I am not a CPA. I am a small business owner who's going through this process, learning about how it works, and I'm simply sharing my experience with you. You should always take this information as intended to educate you, right? But at the same time, what you also should do is take this information to your CPA, to your tax professional before making any decision on it, because you need to know if it's right for you. And your CPA, your tax professional, can help guide you in that decision. All right, so let's discuss the first step in buying a car in your business name. First, you want to go ahead and establish business credit. Now, do you have to have business credit in order to purchase a car in the business name? The answer to that question is no. You do not have to have established business credit to purchase in the business name. But you will very likely have to sign what's called a personal guarantee if you don't have established business credit. And what a personal guarantee is that if the business defaults on that loan, then you become personally liable for the loan, right? And also, they may report the loan to your personal credit. Now, you can make a request that they don't report the loan to your credit unless you happen to be in default. And how do you build business credit? Well, first you start with incorporating your business. If you're currently running as a sole proprietorship or a general partnership, then there is no separation between you as a person and your business, as your business is the owner. A sole proprietorship or a general partnership can't have a separate business credit history from their personal credit history. Step number 2, get an EIN. This is your employer identification number, also known as your tax ID number. This is a 9-digit number that identifies you to the IRS. Now, the IRS provides your EIN, so there's no reason for you to go out and pay for it. You can simply go to the IRS website and get a free EIN. Step number 3, now that you've gotten your EIN, you can go ahead and set up your business bank accounts in the name of the business. Just make sure that all of your business transactions run through the business accounts, because that makes it a whole lot harder for anyone to be able to pierce the corporate veil. Number 4, register with Dun Bradstreet to get a DUNS number. Dun Bradstreet is probably one of the most recognized business credit bureaus that most lenders will check for. And you don't have to pay for a DUNS number. I often see people saying they paid $1,000, $1,500, $1,600 for a DUNS number, and you just don't need to do that. You can go to the DUNS website and get a DUNS number for free. Number 5, establish 3 open trade lines on your business credit report. A trade line is just an open line of credit. For example, I have an unsecured credit card that I started my business with, a secured credit card, and now a business line of credit. So that would satisfy the 3 lines of credit. And also, there's another option that may get you there just a little bit faster. Make sure you do your research on this. There are suppliers and vendors that offer you an opportunity to buy now and pay later, and some of those folks report to credit bureaus. Your job is to do the research to make sure of which ones actually report to those credit bureaus. So step number 2, now it's time you decide how you'll purchase this car. Will it be a lease purchase or will it be a finance purchase? Both ways of purchasing offer some significant tax advantages, but there is one big difference. That big difference is called depreciation costs. If you decide to finance or own the car, then you get to take a tax deduction for depreciation costs over the life of the vehicle. But now, of course, there is a downside to doing this. You could trigger capital gains when you go to dispose of the car. So make sure you get with your tax attorney or your CPA to make sure of the direction that you're going in is right for you. Also consider if you decide to lease the car, that leases come with a mileage limitation. You can only drive so many miles per year. If you go over those miles, then you pay a fee or a cost per mile that you go over. That could become very expensive. So in short, I would say make sure that you take a look at your business, and your business should determine whether or not you buy or you lease the car. Step number 3, let's talk about purchasing and getting insurance for the car. When you go to purchase the car, make sure you go to a dealership that has a commercial sales department. A commercial sales department can easily facilitate the sales of a car to a business. That's what they do. They know how it's done. Also, when you get an insurance, if you're using a car primarily for business use only, you're probably going to need a commercial insurance policy. But if you're using the car for personal use and business, then you may be able to get away with personal car insurance. Step 4, and the final step, now it's time to go ahead and register the car in the name of the business. Now, of course, they have different rules and regulations in each state, so just make sure that you're adhering to the rules to your state. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. This is how you buy a car in the name of your business, step by step. If you're interested in learning more about the freight broker business, I'll leave a free link in the description. It's the 5-video series, and it's titled How the Load Movement Process Works. It gives you a chance to come into the office with me and watch me as I move loads, I talk to shippers and carriers in hopes to give you a better understanding of how this business works before you come into it. And then if you want to know more about how we go out and get the customers that we work with, get those shippers to do business with us, I'll leave a free video right here. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.